Hey everybody, welcome. Winterberry, Wiley, good to see you. Just getting the show started here. Welcome, my friends, to a special Thursday night edition of the Cool and Common Stream Book Show. My name is Chris. You've landed in the Cool and Common Stream. Last night we did a sci-fi book show, and tonight we got a vintage book show. So I've got about, I don't know, 30 or so books sitting there in the auction. But I've got about 5 more boxes full of vintage books sitting here that I will show and share right here momentarily. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Hit that QR code and or the link for Whatnot if this kind of stuff interests you. Why don't join us here on Whatnot? It's always a good time. Lots of great booksellers and always something interesting going on 24/7 live selling on Whatnot. So, all right, enough of the commercial. Let's look at some books, my friends. All right, so I'm just gonna kind of pick random off the pile here. If there's anything in the store you see you like, you want to see a little closer, let me know. You want to pre-bid and you're jumping around. I know there's a couple other vintage shows on tonight. Please feel free. We're going to start it up with Janet Aldridge, The Meadowbrook Girls on the Tennis Courts. A little vintage kids book here. This one is 1914. We do have the dust jacket on it. All right, we got the commensurate wear. Actually, honestly, the dust jacket's in pretty good shape for 1914. To be honest with you, Akron, Ohio. There you go, 1914. XIV 14. Uh, So it's always nice with these older books, especially the kids' books and the series ones, to uh, to have that dust jacket. It's nice. All right. I had 10 on it. Yeah, definitely nice that it still has it. Let me go ahead and pin our stuff. So I do use flat rate shipping. So I try to keep the shipping price low. And anyway, you know the story there. You won't pay more than $9 and change. I got $10 on it. I'm gonna run it for 15 seconds. The dust joint. Oh, I didn't see that. Nice that it still has the dust joint. I got to be honest with you. I'm surprised the whatnot auto editor didn't flag that word. It flags every other word here. I mean, shoot. Did that thing run? Let me see. Let me run it again. I was distracted. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Well, I guess I've seen a lot worse on Whatnot, so joint is okay. I got some aching joints. Uh, Yona, good to see you. Yona and Bert. Nice. All right, last few seconds on that one. All right, let's put this off to the side. Just getting started here. Thanks for coming in, everybody. Here's another one. All right, so I do have 2 other Meadowbrook Girls. Girls by the Sea. Also a 1914 copy. No dust jacket. Again, nice shape though. It is missing you got the front page ripped out here. All right. And then we've also got The Meadowbrook Girls Afloat, Janet Aldridge. Similar condition to that last one. This one's 1913. There are occasional illustrations in here. Let's see if I can grab that one. Occasional illustrations pop up. 1913. So, you know what? Let's do all 3 of them. The Meadowbrook Girls, By the Sea, Afloat. That doesn't sound right. Sounds like a murder mystery. And On the Tennis Courts. When they made dust jackets back in the 1800s, they made them better than the ones now. Yeah, you ain't kidding. You ain't kidding. All right, what did I have? I did 8 on the one. Let's do a deal here. $15 for all 3 of them. Why the hell not? $15, 15 seconds. All 3 of the Meadowbrook girls. Caxton King, welcome. All right, let's put the girls over here. Nobody puts the Meadowbrook girls in a corner. Well, I just did. Well, technically it's not the corner. It's right up front, so. Okay. Holy Bible, Oxford Pilgrim Edition. 19, well, we got a name crossed out here up front. 1952 edition. Second edition, Oxford University Press. I like finding the Oxford stuff. Okay. Old New Testaments, Authorized King James Version, the Pilgrim Edition, New York, OUP 1952. The good book. $3. Look at this time straight down to 15 seconds. There we go. Ed, how you doing, buddy? You missed the Meadowbrook girls. We just started here about 8 minutes ago. Vintage book night here, Ed. Just going through some stuff. Got about 30 books there in the store. And some other cool stuff. Hunting Whitetails Successfully, the North American Hunting Club. This one presents real nice. Nice and shiny. Got the gold. A little bit of wear on the buck neck there. I know a lot of these are very popular. Especially a lot of the older vintage ones. If you got a hunter in the family, if you're a hunter yourself. First print 1986. Not quite vintage, but enough for this show. Angela, good to see you. Mar, welcome. Last 5 seconds on the whitetails. Did a little archery. Yeah, I like that. I did a little bit of that too. The kids were in, when my kids were in scouts, we did some archery stuff and they really liked it. So I bought some bows and we had a little target practice set up in the backyard. 1935's Wild Animals. Got 5 on it. Photographs and descriptions of 100 important wild animals. Yeah, we just did target stuff with the kids, but I looked into some compound bows and stuff like that, and I'm left-handed, so it's I was checking in on different setups and all that kind of stuff. The pictures in here are great. Love the vintage photos of the animals. Some of these guys are extinct now too. So, Wild Animals, 1935. Got 5 on this one. Never got anything but silence. No, you don't put a silencer on a bow. My property's just shy of an acre, and we got a little setup in the back. Nice. Crochet Lady, welcome. All right, there's your 1935 Wild Animals. I'll throw that there like that. We got some bigger books here. Let's get some of these in here. I have had some people come by and say they like the Reader's Digest condensed. So I do have a few of them. I don't go a lot for them, but depending on what the stories are in there. But Reader's Digest Condensed Books, Volume 4, 1957. We got Lobo, The Century of the Surgeon. By the way, I was late starting the show tonight because my wife and I were watching The Pit on HBO. If you're not watching The Pit, you got to watch The Pit. Great show. By Love Possessed, A Duel with a Witch Doctor. Who wrote that? Let's check that out. And Warm Bodies. Book's in real nice shape. Got a little tint on the top. Let's see what we got in here. Who did the Witch Doctor story? Lobo the Wolf. All right, Volume 4, 1957. Duel with a Witch Doctor, condensed from The Spiral Road by Jan de Hartog. Okay. All right, 1957. Reader's Digest. Let's do that this way so you see the spine there. Warm Bodies. Definitely not a zombie story here, but I think it is actually a zombie movie. All right, Reader's Digest. Any James Thurber fans? Classic. James Thurber, The Thurber Carnival. Text and pictures by Thurber. Dust jackets in real nice shape. Ooh, it's got the insert. Book of the Month Club Classic Reissue in the 60th anniversary of the Thurber Carnival. Nice. 60th anniversary print. Got all the different illustrations, stories. Yeah, this is nice. Nice clean pages. I forget what the year was on this. Let's see. Stories from the 30s and the 40s. Yeah, nice. 1980. All right, I'm gonna go with 1985 on the 60th anniversary print of the Thurber Carnival. Oh, the book and the movie are the same. Ooh. Let's start this one up at 5. Yona! Very nice. Yona, congratulations. Glad to see you pick that one up. Thank you very much. Drawing first blood tonight. Excellent. All right, I said I had a few larger books. Let's see. Oh, we got a question. What's up, Ed? Got any Dead Sea Scroll stuff or Ethiopia Bible Apocrypha? Ooh, that sounds interesting, but no. That does sound interesting, but negative on that. Woo. All right, this is a bigger, larger, heavier book. All right. It is not vintage per se, but it is Vintage Images of America by Smithsonian Books. Nice little coffee table book. Somebody put a few little biblical phrases in there. Interesting. All kinds of Americana photos. Suffragettes. Wild Bill Hickok. Hickok. Check out the bikes. Check out the bicycles. Nice. 1880s. Civil War stuff. Machinery. Oh, hey now. Hey there. How you doing? Nice. Ah, San Francisco. Old San Francisco photos. Check it out. Very cool. Farmland. There you go. People and technology. How about that? All right. Images of America for your consideration. What year did I say this was? Let's not harass page 22. I'm just playing nice. What year is this? What year is this book? Oh, there's a nice oil rig. Wow. Centennial Celebration, Pittsburgh, October 31st, 1911. Images of America. First edition. Where's the year over there? 1989. First edition, 1989. Images of America. Let's do this one. We'll go 5 on this one also. Start it up. 15 seconds. Keeping that weight low on purpose. Obviously, this book's over a pound, but I'm keeping everything 4 to 7 ounces. Oh, Jess, thank you. Jess 5. Coming in with the bid. Excellent. Congratulations. That's a good get right there. Yeah, hell yeah. You're welcome. Enjoy that one. All right. Got another big one. If you like art, drawing, sketching, here's Drawing a Likeness. Step-by-step advice on how to successfully analyze and draw portraits. Now you just take a picture of yourself and tell AI to draw a sketch of your face, but... All right, we got some chipping here on the back of the jacket. Give it a quick flip through. How to break down the image.
Creativity is not something I wait for. I am Antoni Sendra, a filmmaker. I'm always
Takes you through all the different steps.
Adobe Creative Cloud is designed to be
from blocking it out to the final details.
They provide you with some really inspiring tools for you
there
to
you
start.
Go.
It allows me to disappear in the creative process.
Real nice.
It's about the making.
I originally was attracted to this. My oldest son is an artist, commercial artist, and he does a lot of this kind of, well, he does more dinosaurs than anything, but 1979, Watson Guptill Productions. Second printing, 1980. Fun one. Let's do the same on that. Keep it at $5, 15 seconds, up and running. Last few seconds. Alrighty. Let's do this. Let's put these guys over here. Put the bigger guys over here. Alright. Alright, this is just for fun. The Munchkins Remember, The Wizard of Oz and Beyond. Stephen Cox, the actors who played citizens of Munchkinland in the MGM classic tell their story. Paperback. Spine is in real nice shape, no creasing at all. Meet the Munchkins. Dutton. There you go. Nice one. We're looking at first edition, 1989. First edition, 1989. The Munchkins Remember. Started up. $3, 15 seconds. Yona's in on that one. Excellent. Another good get. Another good get. Congratulations. All right. Let's do one more big one. The new Universal Atlas of the World. The War Edition for home and school use. All right. Check out the edges and the corners. The whole world is in here, yes. Nice. Doubleday. Let's get the year here. Let's get all this straightened out. Maps as they were and will be. Oh, if only they knew. Prepared for Sears Roebuck and Company. Wow, I didn't even realize that. Prepared for... So you bought this book at Sears. Published by Doubleday. Wow, 1917. Well, it's a good thing these maps haven't changed since 1917, huh? That is really cool. That is really cool. For Sears Roebuck and Company, 1917. Let me just read off a few things on the table of contents here. Principles of Geography, the New Atlas, Africa, Australasia and Polynesia, the polar regions, South America, North America. Woo! It's even got an erratum glued into it. It's got an erratum glued into it. Editing in 1917. That's cool. There you go. Look at that. Let's take a look at some places here. There's Spain, Africa. Wow. Japan. Nice. My daughter's in Japan right now, so we stopped on Japan, said hello. Long Island, New York. Yeah, that's still the same. Connecticut, New York. Okay, here's all the states, the polar regions. Wow, this book is awesome. The latest census of towns of the United States. That's great. All right, you get the idea. You get the idea. The insides are nice. Wow, 1917. Let's back up a second here to get that. 1917. Sears and Roebuck. Oh my God. What are we doing on this one? I'm gonna keep the weight low again. 15 for 15. 15 seconds, $15. I receive and ship from a Sears, but not that Sears. All right, let's go one more time. Let's go one more time. $10. One more time, $10. That's the problem with modern digital maps and everything. You don't see the history of how the boundaries changed and how things change over time, and it's crazy. There was an auction that I was involved with. I didn't win it, unfortunately, but people were bidding on geographic maps of Russia, and they were like pre-World War I maps. It's crazy. I love the old books that just have several atlases. What year? That was 1917. That book. Yeah, I still got the atlas I used in high school. All right, what do we got here? 1967 copy. 1967 paperback copy. The complete text of Mac Bird. Have you ever heard of this? This is actually a play. I have nothing to say about the political truth of this play, but I am sure a kind of genius has gone into the writing. The funniest, toughest minded, and most ingenious political satire I've read in years is Barbara Garson's MacBird. A veteran of the Berkeley student wars, Miss Garson had an excellent and obvious notion, obvious after she did it, of savaging our political establishment with a burlesque Macbeth. Instead of Macbeth, it's MacBird. All right, $3 on the MacBird. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do 30 seconds on that. All right, down to the last 12 seconds on MacBird. Rerun the Atlas. Yeah, sure. All right, here we go. The War Edition. Let's start it up. Let's see. I ran it for 10 that one time. Let's go 10 again. Take it for 10. Oh, change that 30 seconds. Change that 30 seconds. Up and running. Oh, Ed's in on this one. Oh, you looked it up, didn't you? Ah, there you go. All right. Yeah, I know it's a good book. Do I have a personal collection? I've got a select few. I like to personally I like to collect the vintage sci-fi fantasy authors like Jules Verne, old H.G. Wells, that kind of stuff. Um, Ed, that's a good get, buddy. Congratulations on that. Happy to get that in your hands. All right, let's get this one out here for you. Up next, should have done the first round. It is what it is. It's all in good fun. Here is a beautiful looking book. It is the Harvard Classics Collector's Edition. Yes, it is. Addison, Steele, Swift, Defoe, Johnson, and others. Well, let's see what others. First of all, notice the. Ooh, sorry, don't mean to blind you. Notice the gold gilding. Ooh, the top, the side. Oh, that's shiny. Shiny is good. Yes. Got a nice little ribbon bookmark in there. Let's take a closer look. The Harvard Classics, registered. 1980. Sir Philip Sidney, Ben Jonson on Shakespeare and Bacon, Cowley, Addison, Richard Steele, Jonathan Swift. Hints toward an essay on conversation, a treatise on good manners and good breeding, a letter of advice to a young poet, and on the death of Esther Johnson. Daniel Defoe is in here, Samuel Johnson, David Hume, Sidney Smith, The Fallacies of Anti-Reformers. There you go. Samuel Taylor Coleridge, William Hazlitt, Leigh Hunt, Charles Lamb, Tom De Quincey, Percy Bysshe Shelley. Percy Shelley. And Thomas Babington Macaulay on Machiavelli. Ooh. All right. Nice and shiny. All right. Let's go. 15 seconds, $5 start. Last few seconds. All right. We'll put you over here. We'll put you over there. Let's look up a little bit so people can see the books we've already gone through. Let me show you this. Yeah, this is kind of what I was talking about. So I love stuff like this. This is volume 2 from 1956. H.G. Wells. Yes, that H.G. Wells. The Whole Story of Man, An Outline of History. So a lot of H.G. Wells, his science fiction was really based on studies of people and social interaction and status of class in society, and he was quite the history buff. Book club edition. So he wrote about a lot of that. A lot of his books have nothing to do with there. A lot of them are just history books. And here is volume 2. I forget what years this goes through. So this is a 1956 print from his original 1920. For contents, see volume 1. Hey, thanks. A Plain History of Life and Mankind by H.G. Wells. So let's see. He ends volume 2 with the Second World War. So it goes up to World War II, Second World War, and it starts with Muhammad, Islam, and then it goes into Christendom and the Crusades, and then it goes all the way up through history, Western civilization, Renaissance, Parliament, republics of America and France, Napoleon, the 19th century, yada yada, up to World War II. Outline of History, 1956. You got a part 1 or part 2 from 1920-ish. Ooh, do you now? Well, I'm going to run this one. We're going to start this one at $8. If you need volume 2, you could put this in as a placeholder until you get the 1920 version. Yeah, I always keep my eyes open for those guys. Old Jules Verne, and they're very nondescript books, so a lot of people just overlook them. Like this. Nondescript little book, right? Little Masterpieces of Science. Love little stuff like this. Little Masterpieces of Science, edited by George Iles, 1902. 1902. The study of mind was advanced as remarkably during the 19th century as any of its sister sciences. Here, as elsewhere, observation grew keener, new instrumental tests were adopted, and interpretation became more sagacious. SAT word. A fact as commonplace as the length of a human babyhood when it came under the eye of John Fiske went far to explain the foundations of the family, etc., etc., etc. Common sense, mechanism in thought and morals, sight in savages. That ought to be an interesting essay. Twins, their history as a criterion. Nice. There's a little bit of writing in the margins on occasion here, I'm noticing as I flip through. Little pencil stuff. C&C is Command and Conquer game for me. All right, here you go. Little pieces of science. The mind. Start it up. $3. 15 seconds. Command and Conquer was a great game. Okay, you go up there. All right, here's a nice vintage one. This could go in my horror show. This could go in my sci-fi show. It's an ace paperback. Strange Events Beyond Human Understanding. Add your sound effect there. Ace K237. A new collection of the unusual and macabre that will interest and intrigue every thinking person. Here are a few of the mysteries that science cannot explain. The billboard that wasn't there and saved 3 girls from certain death. The castaways who were towed to safety by a ghost ship. The mystery man of the Monte Carlo casino. The phantom tank at the Battle of St. Lo. How about that? Tanning on the back cover. Pages are nice, little yellow. You got the little yellow on the outside there. Interesting. 1966. Ace book. You got the sticker in here. Cool. I love little stuff like that. Let's start it up. Let's go $3. 15 seconds. That's a few seconds. All right. Oh, let's see. Got a nice 1929 here. 1929. Harper's Modern Classics. Giants in the Earth. Ooh, look at this. A voucher from Leary's Bookstore, 9th Street in Philadelphia. $15. Ex-library book. Got a little scribble back there. It's in real nice shape. So let's see. This is Giants in the Earth. O.E. Rolvog. 1927, 1929. Book 1, Land Taking. Book 2, Founding the Kingdom. Yeah, nice. Get this one going. Did Strange Event? Yeah, I think I ran Strange Events. I'll run it again for you. Let's run this guy here. $5, 15 seconds. Maybe there's a little delay. My private collection. Caxton King asking, what's in my private collection? Most of my books, I'm a big horror sci-fi guy. A little bit of fantasy, but mostly horror sci-fi. So, like I said, even the vintage stuff, I like to find. I have an old original copy of the book She that was made into a silent film, a film in the 1920s, a film in the 1980s. Strange Events, $3 coming your way. How about you? What do you like to focus on or search for or hunt for? All right. Good one, Ed. Thank you, sir. All right. Here we go. Again, this is almost exactly what I was talking about a few minutes ago. Nondescript book. Favorite novels of H. Rider Haggard. He's actually the guy that wrote She. Oh, we got a little piece of paper in here. Here you go. Rider Haggard's Thrilling Romances. Little review of the author. My book. Got a little book plate in there. Violet. 1928. Cleopatra. Hold on, I missed a page. Volume 1, Cleopatra. Volume 2, She. There it is. There it is. Again, great, great stuff. King Solomon's Mines. Yes, he's the guy that wrote King Solomon's Mines, the Richard Chamberlain movie based on that story. Alan Quatermain, that's his character. Love it. Love it. All right, let's put the paper review there. H. Rider Haggard, 1928. Got 10 on this one. 15 seconds. Catching up on the chat. King likes disaster books, presidential autobiographies, or autobiographies about prominent figures, and different types of novels. History and travel books from the 1800s. Okay. All right, cool. Cool. Let me stick this back here with this. All right. Uh, Another paperback here. Reprint of a bestseller, Roughly Speaking, by Louise Randall Pearson. A Warner Brothers production with Rosalind Russell and Jack Carson. There you go. Looks like we got a little chew here. Somebody was nibbling on that. Runaway bestseller. The story of an American woman whose battle with life did not get her down often, but when it did, she came up not only fighting, but cheering. As full of sparkle as an old-time 4th of July fireworks display. As arresting, as noisy, and as American, a slice of robust living you must not allow yourself to miss. Real nice shape. other than the little nibble on the bottom. 1943 and 1946 copy. All right. Little nibble in the back. $1. Roughly speaking, $1 for the next 3 seconds. All right. Ho. All right. I've had these for a while. Run the man woman combo in the store? Well, let me take a look. Oh, we got the phone. We got a couple of pre-bids in there. I see. Swift, the man woman combo. Goose. Which one was that, Ed? The 100 best short stories? Okay. There we go. All right, I got you. I got you. All right, let me pin that. All right, here we go. By request. Thanks for the pre-bid. Appreciate that. From the world's 100 best short stories, Volume 7, Women, Volume 8, Men. These are in nice shape. Pretty clean, pretty clean. Considering they're from 1927. Real nice shape. Part of a 10-volume set. Nice. All right, you got it, my friend. Here we go. $5, 15 seconds. Up and running. All right, another great one. Excellent, excellent. Thank you for that. All right, check this out. I've had these for a little bit. They are super cool. All right. Character sketches of romance fiction and the drama. All right. It's got some obvious wear and some issues. Character sketches. F to. That's got to be more than that. Foul to imp. Let's take a look. So these are actual. Well, I'll open it up and show. First of all, this book is heavy as hell. Still got the nice red on it. Really nice. Look at that action. Love that. Forget what year this book. These I've got two of these, so stay tuned here. They're gorgeous. Check it out. Uh-oh. Nice print. Sorry, what not. Sorry, what not. It's old. It's historical. Yeah. Yeah, they are. All right. MCMII 1902. The Fates. The Three Fates is that picture we looked at. Character sketches of romance, fiction, and the drama. Let me get this way you can see that page there real good. Volume 3. The Fates, Gabriel, Evangeline, Ganymede, Hamlet, The Gravedigger, wood engravings and typography, typographatures. Uh, amazing stuff from all history and all the old historical stuff. Let's look at a few. Falstaff and Mrs. Ford. Faria enters Dante's cell. Ooh, look at this. Fatima and Anna. Fitzjames and Roderick Dhu. Lady of the Lake. Amazing prints. Amazing prints. I'll just give a quick flip through. You get the idea, right? I mean, they don't make them like this anymore. Look at that. Look at this. Look at that. Gorgeous. All right. So we know the edges got some issues, but the inside is abso-friggin-lutely amazing. We're going to go with 10. 15 seconds. Twice a year, I go to the Allentown, Pennsylvania paper show. So I'm a vendor there twice a year. They do it in April and October. And I've brought this book there a few times. Let me run this again. I didn't mean to do 30 again. I've got a second in the volume set as well. Second one's in a little better condition on the outside. Remind me not to hit the 30-second button next time. All right, let's see who's in this book. All right, so this one, like I said, this one, the spine here is a little bit nicer. Volume 1 here. A through C. Fanny E. Colon Bickford. Not Mary Bickford. That'd be too much. 1904. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. All right, let's get a pic of all these here. Yeah, I mean this is another one. It's crazy. Lady Bountiful, photographers and etchings, wood engravings and typographies. Antigone, Anthony and the Dead Caesar, Archimedes, Argon and Dr. Diaphorus. Who else is here? Anybody we recognize? Benedict and Beatrice, Bottom and Titania. Well, Shakespeare in there. The Death of Caesar, Canterbury Pilgrims, and Carmen. Pursuit of the Nibelung Ring. Oh, the rings. Das Rings. Look at that. Woo! This was a Jeopardy question 2 days ago. Oh, that's nice. You do have a copy of that? Oh, how cool is that? All right, there we go. You know the deal. Start it up for 10, run it for 15 seconds. My fat fingers will do that. Yeah, I love that Wagner stuff. Yes, I've actually got that whole thing on OG records, the old Clay records. Yeah. All right, there you go. If anybody's interested in both of those for 15, let me know. But super cool. All right, what else do we got that's not in here? I'm gonna throw a couple of more paperbacks at you. B.F. Skinner. Yes, that Skinner. Walden 2. A controversial novel of morality and immorality in a scientifically shaped utopia. Walden 2. This fictional outline of a modern utopia has been a center of raging controversy since its publication in 1948. Set in the United States, all right, let's see if the prediction was right. It provocatively pictures a society in which human problems are solved by a scientific technology of human conduct, and in which many of our contemporary values are obsolete. Well, there you go. I have the old opera playbooks from the 1800s, the Rheingold, Valkyrie, Twilight of the Gods, and Siegfried. Oh, nice. Nice, nice. You're making me jealous over here. Walden 2 by B.F. Skinner. Nice one. Copyright 1948. This is the Macmillan paperback from 1962, printed in the USA. $3, 15 seconds. Ooh, interesting. Without the Valkyrie. Ah, nice. They should have a function on Whatnot where you can like trade online. I'll trade you Das Rheingold for a couple of books and a poster. Ah, the Tomobunge. So that one's a little more modern. That one's a little more. Let me run this and then I'll grab that for you. The Hunters: The Unforgettable Story of the Jet Fighter Pilots. The big novel of the supersonic war in the air by James Salter. a Bantam 35 center. Here are the killers, a new breed of Americans, the supersonic jet fighter pilots, the outnumbered Americans who knocked down 10 enemy aircraft for every one they lost. A book about the pros. There you go. We'll stamp on there. Drexel Hill, Edward. Thanks for sharing your book with us. I guess he had to stamp it twice, just in case he thought he might lose the cover. I don't know. Trade all the time on people. Oh, very cool, very cool. $3, 15 seconds. Let me get that Tomo. Let me take a look here. Tono. I want to say I sold that one. Hold on a second. Wells, let me see here. Yeah, it was a 1961. Let me see if I have it. HG. Interesting. I think I sold that one. Huh. I might have done that in a bundle. Hold on one sec. Let me check. Yeah. Let me. Yeah, it is a 1960 copy. But now, yeah, I think I sold it, Ed. Let me just check in one place. It bothers me because that list should be updated in the store. One sec. Yeah. All right, back to our regularly scheduled program. Yeah, that H.G. Wells is not here. H.G. Total Bungie. Books. All right, I got rid of it so I don't mess it up with anybody else. Yeah. All right. Okay. We ran the hunters. Negative on the hunters. Okay. Here's an interesting book. Again, a little bit aware, but Post Office Department of the United States of America. 10 years among the mailbags with a stamped mailbag. HG and Company. Check that out. That is so cool. All right, here we go. 10 years among the mailbags. Notes from the diary of a special agent of the Post Office Department. Philadelphia, 1855. Cover is stitched together. 1860. Yeah, pretty close. Pretty close. 1855. Very cool. Here you go. Let's see if this is the Postmaster's. Check that out. The Postmaster's General. Since Ben Franklin. Look at that bad boy. So it is stitched, right? The pages are stitched. They feel a little stiff. There is some staining, light staining throughout. Stuff like that. But there you go. The OG post office right there. Yeah, definitely. Definitely got some foxing. We're not talking about a fox on the run either. 15 seconds. $5. Old lady's in. Pambin's in. Old Lady Oz. Thanks for the bidding. Much appreciated. Ed's holding at 11. About 5 seconds left. Thanks for smashing the hearts. Last 2 seconds. Ed taking it away. Thank you, Pambin. That's a good get there. Very nice. All right. Who's next? Who's next? How about the Coverly Papers? The Coverly Papers. Give me a year on this one. All right, here we go. Christmas gift for the mailman, maybe. Nice. The Coverly Papers, illustrated by Gordon Ross. Trying to get a year here, but let's see. All right. Illustrate an invitation from Sir Roger to pass away a month in the country. Oh, how nice. All right. Originally from the London Spectator, 1711 1712, with some prefatory notes by William Makepeace Thackeray. I still resent having to read that book of his in high school. Illustrations drawn for this edition by Gordon Ross, Heritage Press. Special contents of this edition are copyrighted 1945. William Makepeace Thackeray. I remember him. Oh my God. I'm just flashing back to our English teacher. You can feel the ink raised up on the paper here. That's pretty cool. Yeah, our English teacher made us have a little tea party in the William Thackeray tradition. Anyway, Coverly Press. It's cool, but it's a little obtuse. Let's do $3. Let's get some music back here.
My new albums are now available on Gumroad. The link is right below.
All right, Riffmaster. All right, here we go. Ed wins the Coverley Papers. Ooh, nice. All righty. I turn my back for a second. Next thing you know, I'm selling stuff. Thank you for that. All right, check this out. Well, we started the show with a vintage hunting whitetails book. Let's go fishing. Let's fish. A guide to fresh and saltwater fish. This is when you didn't go to Walmart to go get your lures and your equipment. This is when you had to do it yourself. Get some good stuff out there. This is the back when fishing was fishing. Gibraltar Library Binding. Well, guess what? It's hanging in there. Ex-library book. New Jersey. All right. It does have the card pulled out. The barcode back there. I love this stuff. All the technical details on everything. Description of the fish. Hook. How to attach the hook. What are you looking for? What do they eat? How to hook through your bait. Stream fishing, lakes, ponds, fly rod fishing. Very cool. March 10th, 1952. There we go. Let's go fishing. Do another $3 start on this one. Ah, sorry for the 30 seconds. Appreciate it. Shell, thanks for coming in. Karen, good to see you. Appreciate everybody who's been hanging out tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. Lots of great books here. We still got more. I drank a cup of coffee an hour ago. I'm good to go. I'm still good to go. Let's see what we got here. Am I zoomed in? It looks like I'm zoomed in. Hold on a second. Am I zoomed in? Feels like it's zoomed in. All right. I guess we're okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's all right. Looks good. Okay. Let's see. Some of these I don't wanna go through just yet. How about you go there? You stay here. Do we have any? I'm not going to run these unless anybody wants me to. I got two slipcase books, The World of Michelangelo and The World of Van Gogh. Any art fans out there that might want to see some of this? Two nice slipcases. Michelangelo, let me know in the chat if you're interested. All right, I'm going to go grab, let me go grab another flat of books. Hold on one sec. All right, here we go. All right, I grabbed a handful of the Time Life slipcovers on the art books. Let me show you. The Time Life Library of Art. Yes. You got the other four? Would you like me to run these too? Yes, sir. Okay. Nice. All right. Well, then let me give you a closer look. All right. So this is Michelangelo. Look at you making complete sets on the Cool and Common stream. How about that? Kibbles and bits. Oh my. Don't get me banned. Oh, what is this? What is this? What is this? What is this? Crushed page, my ass. Who did that? How do you do that in a slipcase? All right, we got one fucked up page there. I was going to do 10 on each of these. This one, let's do 6. Just for one fucked up page. You got Michelangelo? All right, fuck Michelangelo. Who needs Michelangelo? Fucking hack. All right, here we go. The World of Van Gogh. Oh, now this. Oh, dude, we got special stuff in here. Look at this. The Time Life Library of Art Mirror of History by H.W. Jansen. Ooh, look at this. You got the special insert with this one. I don't know if this came with the set in all of them or maybe just as part of it. Interesting. You'll probably know more than me on that. That goes with it. Van Gogh, 1853, 1890. Nice. It doesn't even. Yeah, it creaks. All right, all our pages are intact. There we go. Sweet. All right. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna crease it. You go in here first. Nice. Okay. The one and only Van Gogh. We can do 10 on this one. 15 seconds. Here you go, my friend. Thank you. Yeah, yesterday I did my sci-fi book show, and I was digging through. Somebody had asked if I had any Warhammer books, and so I went digging through my 30-gallon bins of sci-fi books that I haven't opened in a while, and I forgot about. I have like another 2 dozen DAWs sitting in there, so I think we're gonna have to do a DAW show sometime soon. Zum, how's it going? Any Max Ernst? Ooh, I do not think so. No. Thank you for asking, though. I do appreciate it. Yeah, so we're definitely going to need to bring some DAW stuff here. All right, here we go. Some vintage paperbacks. No more Amaro. I haven't found another Charles Sanders since I found those three copies of Amaro at the one book show, and I got them for $3 each. I haven't found any since. I think I might be out of luck on that. We got a great Golden Hawk here, though. Nice white pages. Vintage 1935 with the Hubba Hubba cover. Cardinal 35 center. It's got a little bit of spotting on the outside edge there. Doesn't seem to carry through into the pages at all. They seem real nice. And let's just double check the year here. Yeah, Cardinal first edition, July 1952. First printing, May 1952. Nice one. Golden Hawk. Still looking for a Saunders two-part book. Part one finally popped onto eBay for $6.50 signed. Oh man. Yeah, I got my trackers on for him as well. So I didn't see that one though. Jesus. $5 on the Golden Hawk. Excellent condition, 1952. All right. Classic. Little Rudyard Kipling here. Get that back up there so we can see the books. Rudyard Kipling pocketbook. It's Kim. It is Kim. Again, look at this. Look at the condition on this thing. Crazy good. First print, August 1949. Kim, look at that. Look at the spine on this thing. 1949. $5, 15 seconds. It's in on that one. Thank you. Ooh, Old Lady Oz. Still hanging in there. How you doing? Thank you for the bids. Much appreciated. Lady Oz takes it for 8. Very nice. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Unlocking the gold on the Cool and Common stream. Damn, I gotta give you free books now. Come on, let's go. Lady Oz, thank you so much. I appreciate you. You are only the second person to have unlocked gold on the Cool and Common stream. You rock. All right, this one's still bagged. Still bagged. The Swiss Family Robinson by Johann David Wyss. 25 center, complete and unabridged. Let's be careful with this one. I think this came with that same lot of books. Gorgeous. It's a little off square, just a little off square on the spine. You kind of see that there, just a little bit off. Again, we got the staining on the outside edges. Very nice. Got that bright red on the inside. Clear, white, clean pages. Look at that. Look at that. Somebody put a little marker here, 29. Let's get the year on this one. Come on now. Oh, here we go. Second printing, Jesus, God, Lord. Second printing, November 1939. Pocketbook edition. This book is not a condensation or a digest of the original. It is the complete book. 1939 paperback. Swiss Family Robinson. Let's start it. Let's start this one at 8. I mean, that's just an outrageous condition for that book. $8 start. Terrace Pub, thanks for coming in. Lady Oz, thank you so much. Hope you throw those rewards in the wallet. Don't forget. Don't forget. Thank you, thank you. I put those rewards there for you guys. That's why I make it so easy to get them. I mean, don't get me wrong. Gold is a hell of an achievement. I'm talking about like as soon as you buy one item from me, you get rewards. I don't understand the sellers out there who like make you spend $100 to get a $2 coupon. I'm like, okay. When you have a chance, could you run the Blue Bible again? Of course I can. No problem. No problem. I'll do it right now. All you got to do is ask. Happy to help. All right, here we go. The old Oxford, right? Again, we got the writing in there. Got a little map of the Holy Land here. Nice one. And then the year, I forget the year on it. 1952, second edition. I think we ran that for 5 last time. I think we did. Let's do it. Lady Oz with the win. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, I got some more of these fun paperbacks here. Let's keep going with some of those. Love the cover, the pulp covers, the whole 9 yards. Super cool. Renegade Canyon by Peter Dawson. Knife edge conflict on the raw frontier. Hey, little lady, let me save you from these Native Americans that are attacking us. Somehow I don't think that's what they said back in the 40s and the 30s and the 20s. Anyway, Apache Raiders, White Treachery, A Soldier's Honor. Very nice. Renegade Canyon, Dell Publishing, New York, New York. 1949. There you go, the whole story. Massacre, Sole Survivor, Rock Slide, Ambush, Tracking a Killer, Death Trap, Showdown. You barely need to read the book with that kind of chapter. Renegade Canyon. $5, 15 seconds. Stixer Boy, welcome. Peaky, good to see you. Last few seconds on the Renegade Canyon. An original novel by Cameron Hawley. Executive Suite. What makes one man succeed where others fall? Is it luck or brains? Is it guile or genius? This exciting novel makes you live its unusual answer. 35 center, Hawley. Do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do-do. Love the old illustrations. 35 center. Clean on the inside, back cover. Pages just off white. Ballantine Books, 1952, Executive Suite. This is Mad Men, before Mad Men. That's what that book is right there. Mad Men before Mad Men. Last few seconds. All right. What else we got? Nice little adventure here. Another 35 center by Dell. D157. Caravan to Xanadu. The intimate story of the greatest adventurer who ever lived. Is it me or does that look like Fonzie? Does that look like Henry Winkler? I think it's the Fonz. I don't know. To me, that looks like the hey, how you doing? Caravan to Xanadu. Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. All right. Clean on the inside back cover. Nice little adventure. Oh, let's get the year on this bad boy. Come on, there you go. 1953, Dell Publishing, dedicated to Agnes. All right. Caravan to Xanadu. $5, 15 seconds. Got a great pocketbook coming up. Great pocketbook coming up. Classic alert. Classic alert. I'm ringing the classic alert bell here. Gulliver's Travels, Jonathan Swift. I think there's a couple other Swift in the store, actually. One of the most wonderful and unique books of the world's literature. Complete, unabridged pocketbook. Got a little bit of bubbling of the coating there and around the corner. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Gulliver's Travels. Swift's masterpiece, The Satire on Mankind. Bright red on the inside. Clear, bright, white pages. Look at these pages. Look at them in the light. Bright white. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Original, complete, unabridged. Come on. Come on, fingers. Okay. Here we go. Fourth printing, March 1940. First printing, December 1939. Only the fourth printing on that bad boy. Come on now. $5. Lady Oz in on that one. Thank you so much.
This President's Day, you can wait for a sale price, or you can get the best price every day at
Excellent. Good get on that one.
Like bedroom sets.
Enjoy that one. That's a nice one. I was tempted to keep that one for myself, but don't fall in love with your inventory is what they say. So it's not easy. It's not easy.
When you have a better choice of moms, there's only one thing to say. I'm Abraham Lincoln, and I approve this message.
Okay, we got a few more of the vintage pulp style paperbacks. Dell First Edition, 50 center, The Daring and Intimate Close-Up of a Reckless Love Affair. A Cold Wind in August. Burton Wall. Oh my. A beautiful, worldly woman and a 16... Whoa, whoa. What? What? I don't know. Am I allowed to sell this? The intensely moving story of a beautiful worldly woman and a 16-year-old boy. The passion that brought them together and the hopeless love that tore them apart. Wow, I don't even know if I'm allowed to sell this. What the hell? Well, if you could sell Beatles music and she was just 17, you know what I mean? All right, whatever. 1960, sixth printing, 1963. Oh my. Let's do it. $5. It's kind of a reverse Lolita story. Her father would horsewhip her if he knew. Cotton Country, the fingers of night. Oh, there's some fingers crawling around at nighttime here, no doubt. Hubert Creekmore. They hail the strong and frank novel, tempo and suspense powerfully done, surprisingly explosive, growing suspense, impressive. Cotton Country. Little bit of lust in Cottonland in Mississippi. Got a date stamp there. Originally published under the title The Fingers of Night. Gee, I wonder why they changed that title. Copyright 1946. This is the fourth printing, November 1950. To Mom and Dad. Hey, there's a nice dedication. At least he's not 16. $5, 15 seconds. DNP Treasures, welcome. Pack Roulette, good to see ya. Anna, welcome, welcome. Thanks everybody for coming on in. My name is Chris. It's the Cool and Common stream. We're doing a little vintage and antiquarian book show this evening. Thanks for coming on in. Check out the store. If there's anything there you want to see, let me know. If you just want to throw down a pre-bid, you're welcome. The books here that you see in front of you are not in the store. So if you see anything over here you'd like a closer look at, just let me know. I'm happy to show it to you. All right, let's get off the romance for a little bit. Check this out. I love this book because it's of its unusual cut. If you take a look, right? Oscar Wilde, De Profundis, the definitive authorized text of the impassioned revelation Wilde sent from prison. All right. Check out the cut on this. The rounded corners. Super cool. Very unique. I don't defend my conduct, Oscar Wilde wrote from the Reading Gaol, where he was confined for his violation of England's stringent laws against homosexuality. I explain it. Wilde's notorious liaison with the Marquess of Queensberry's son, Lord Alfred Douglas, had so inflamed the Marquess that he made public attacks on Wilde's character and morals. In return, Wilde sued for slander, an action which, to Wilde's bitter astonishment, led to a series of scandalous trials and convictions. From his cell in prison, Oscar Wilde wrote De Profundis, the detailed and unsparing revelation of his love and tragedy. The definitive text of this remarkable document is presented now in paperback for the first time, together with Wilde's poignant The Ballad of a Reading Gaol, the prison he was in. I think I might have sold it. I had a book. It was notes and letters that his wife had written around the time he was arrested, his time in jail, and her time afterwards. 1963, first Avon printing, April 1964. How about that? That's a pretty cool little book there, especially if you're an Oscar Wilde fan. And we'll get it going for 5. His face explodes from STDs and infection. Fun fact. And that's one to grow on. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, well, what are you going to do? All right. Let's run through a few more of these. Just a few more. Geez, it's after midnight already. I didn't even realize it. Okay, here we go. A House in the Uplands by Erskine Caldwell. There you go. There's a name for you. Signet Books, complete unabridged. Got a little bit of. This one's a little. Whew, this one's a little something. Eminently readable. Covers aren't the best. There's a little peeling here. It's a little bit doing a little bit of that. You know what that means? Dollar deal of the night. Let's go. Let's do another dollar deal. Give it a home. We'll give it a home if we can. Nice book you can read and you don't got to worry about ruining. All right. Let's do one more here. A nice nighttime read. Here we go. Driven by the fierce cry of his flesh. Deep is the Night by James Wellard. Love the pulp covers. Dell 812, 25 center. This one is definitely a little, this one needs a little pressing. You gotta stick this on the bottom of your book pile. The story of a man of strange compulsions who sought his destiny in the sweltering deserts of North Africa and found it in the arms of a native prostitute. Shocking. Other than the curve, book's in nice shape. Got a little address here. Mrs. Donald Lenig, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, February 17th, 1955. Ooh, Mrs. Ferring. Oh my. 1953. Deep is the Night. Run this one at 3. 15 seconds. Last few seconds. How about fine art, fine books, fine china? All right, guys. Here we go. Here we go. What are we doing? I want to say, I think I'm going to, let's do a little raid action here. Stick with me. Let's share the love, do a little raid. We're going to raid Impossible Knots. Looks like they're doing a good book show here. Hey, everybody, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. All my buyers, all my friends showing up today. Thank you so much. Great to see you again. Appreciate you super duper much. I'll get all these books out to you coming soon. And until next time, my friends, keep it cool, keep it common, keep it collected. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you, Ed. See you next time.